Eastchester Gardens housing project in the Bronx is home to 2,000 people, and it's where members of the Two Flags gang operated before they were arrested in a massive gang takedown last month. Police and federal prosecutors said the 120 arrests constituted the largest gang takedown in city history. They said the suspects sold drugs and battled a rival gang, the Big Money Bosses, which led to at least 8 murders over 9 years. Some residents in Eastchester Gardens said they were happy that the raid happened. "I would be afraid to come out at certain times because I didn't know if I would hear a gunshot, or a fight would break out, or gangs would just come running from somewhere," said Pernice Osborne, 59, while out walking her Yorkie. Another resident, who didn't want her name used, was swinging her grandson in the same playground where the Two Fly gang allegedly stashed weapons and dealt drugs. She said she used to avoid it. "I want my grandson to grow up in a good environment, drug-free," she said. "I'm glad to hear they got rid of these people. That's better for us. New York is safer than ever before. But there are still pockets of crime, many around housing projects dominated by crews, and Mayor de Blasio says that's what the NYPD is focused on, the several thousand individuals who literally account for most of the true, intense violence. But in an age when young black men are 7 times more likely to be in prison than their white counterparts, there's an undercurrent of anger when 120 young men of color in one community are all arrested at once. It surfaced in a recent meeting with the local cops, the city councilman and the Bronx district attorney at Eastchester Gardens. "This would never happen in any other community but a minority community," said Joshua Whitlock, who lives in the complex. Another young man, Tarek Grand, complained about the lack of opportunities. "We got nothing out here. We got no jobs, we got no money," he said. "We're trying to survive. We're trying to live. And if we sell weed, I'm not saying that's the best thing in the world. But you're throwing us in the jail." The commanding officer of the 47th Precinct in the North Bronx, Inspector Rule Stevenson, told the residents that the victims have families, too. "Don't sit here and celebrate these people who are plaguing the streets," he said. "Don't wait until your son is shot in crossfire to be upset." A similar takedown played out in West Harlem 2 years ago, when 103 people were indicted. The majority of them were members of rival gangs at the Grand Houses and the nearby Manhattanville housing project. 97 of them pleaded guilty and 4 were convicted at trial for murder, attempted murder and conspiracy. "What you're trying to do is have an enforcement action that has a powerful, immediate effect on violence reduction," said Manhattan District Attorney Cyrus Vance. The number of assaults, robberies and shootings dropped following the raid, to the satisfaction of many residents. "You can wake up in the morning, go outside, sit on the bench, and actually enjoy yourself without having to worry about gangs colliding," said Carlton Davis, the tenant rep at the Grant Housing Complex. Vance has also arranged for community programs. But this year crime in the 2 developments has ticked up again. Derek Haynes, a community activist, said the gang leaders have been replaced. "Whenever you clean the top off, there's always underlings that are in line to try to take over," he said. The rivalry between the Grant and Manhattanville projects goes back decades. Haynes' brother was killed during one violent outburst in 1972. "The critical part to me is the after effect," said Haynes. "What happens after the raids?" He said more social services would help, especially during the summer. The NYPD is promising 20 more takedowns before July.